Out of all the tracks in the Mario Kart series, there are some tracks that are considered to be the best of the best. Some of these tracks include the unique theming of Waluigi Pinball, the great gameplay of Koopa Cape, or the majesty of 3DS Rainbow Road. However, there is one track that is easily the best track in the entire series. This track is so good that it has the honor of being the most occurring track in the Mario Kart series. I am of course referring to the one, the only, the almighty GOAT, Mario Circuit 3. Mario Circuit 3 is an absolutely amazing track. Its fun gameplay, music, and awesome layout make it stand out from the rest of the series. In this video, I am going to go over the history of Mario Circuit 3, going over the layout, the insane changes made to the course, and why this track is the best track in the entire Mario Kart series. Mario Circuit 3 debuted in Super Mario Kart, and is the 5th track in the game's Flower Cup. This track is an absolute banger that easily stands out from the rest of the tracks in the Mario Kart series. The theme is absolutely amazing, and the music is an absolute bop. The theme and the music aren't the only things that make this track awesome, as the layout is what makes this track super fun. So let's get into that. The track starts off with a few turns with some oil spills on the ground, and these make the track so much better. Not only are they completely out of the way so you will never hit them, but that means that they aren't frustrating, which makes them an amazing obstacle. After performing some of the best turns in the Mario Kart series, you then get to the best part of the track, the sharp turn. This turn is the main selling point of the track, and it is the reason why this track is so good. This turn single-handedly made this track get into so many future games. After this amazing part of the track, there were a few more turns that eventually lead to the best shortcut on the track. In this wall, there is a hole that with a mushroom, you can go through the wall instead of going around it. This was such a good idea that is just a cherry on top to this amazing track. After that shortcut, the track finally comes to an end. Wait a second, there's actually also a boost right before the finish, and that makes this track so much better. After that analysis, I hope that you can see why this track is so legendary. Not only does this track have such a good layout, but it has so many cool elements that make this track absolutely amazing. Now let's see if this amazing track was handled correctly in the future. Mario Circuit 3 first came back in Mario Kart Super Circuit, and it is exactly the same as it was on the SNES. This track is so faithful that it is still the last track of the Flower Cup. You might think that no changes to this track makes this a bad remake, but the track is so good that this remake is still amazing regardless. It still has everything, the insanely sharp turn, and the amazing shortcut at the end of the track. The way I see it, this is the best track in the entire game, even beating out all the Nitro tracks in Super Circuit. Now let's see how this track was handled on the Wii. The perfect layout is still the same, but the track being in 3D finally makes this track have walls. These walls are so good. Not only do they make this track feel a lot more grand, but it also makes the shortcut at the end of the track even better, as now it is much more apparent. Once again, this track got a flawless remake and saw the point to this track and expanded on it by 10 times. Now, without further ado, let's get into the final remake of this track. This version of the track is easily the best version of this track. This track has always been the best in the series, but this game did something to it to make it god tier, and that is the engine. Since you are able to hold 2 items in this game instead of 1, you are able to perform a highly skilled technique called bagging. If you are in the back and grab insane items, you will be able to literally cut the track in half. There are so many shortcuts on this track that I did not mention earlier. Before, these shortcuts were kind of pointless, and the only one that mattered was that last one. But having lots of insanely powerful items lets you get all of them back to back. This single element makes this version of the track easily the best version. Now that I have gone over all the versions of this track, it is time to rank them. So here is my ranking of all the versions of Mario Circuit 3 from worst to best. In last place we have Super Circuit's version. This version is still the best track in the game, but the removal of the oil puddles makes this the worst version. Plus the S2 music is absolutely terrible as it was horribly compressed in this version. This version is the same as the Super Circuit version, but the puddles and the better music make this one better. In second place we have Wii's version. The addition of 3D makes the beautiful walls in this track look amazing, and the track is so much longer, so the enjoyment lasts longer. In first place we have 8's version. Not only is bagging really fun on this map, but they place cones next to the puddles for extra safety, so this is the best version of the track. Mario Circuit 3 is an absolutely amazing track. Not only does it have the best layout in the series, and not only does it have the best music in the series, but basically is the series. This is all due to the fact that this track keeps coming back in every game no matter what. I'm excited to see this track return in every game in the future. I hope that you enjoyed the video, so please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys on the racetrack. Goodbye.